from him as they make their postseason push. Every contribution helps, guys.
All right, Doris, thanks. And Steve, yet another special game from a player that we know is incredibly capable for this team.
Yeah, he sure is. We saw it firsthand, and it was fun to watch. He really got it rolling.
Yeah, nothing better than to see a guy confident, comfortable, on a roll, and elevating his team to high levels of play. That's a beautiful thing to watch, fellas.
Here's Kid Gilchrist after the made shot from Smith. 6 on the shot clock. He tries for 3. Good. And it's a 5-point Charlotte lead.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
Yeah, they have the defense on the run right now because every pass seems to have a purpose. They're getting great movement, great spacing, and they're really lining them up defensively. Exceptional play to take the bump and still get it up and down.
Yeah, way to stay with it and look to finish the play right there.
And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Hornets.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. They cashed in on a lot of these second-chance opportunities out there in the first half.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnovers.
Here's Jennings after the made shot from Smith. Here's Monroe. Second shot opportunity, and the shot is good. The Hornet lead has been cut down to 3 on the bucket from Drummond.
It was a slow start for him, but he started to take off since we hit the second quarter, guys.
Smith drives in. Smith right side. It's Henderson on the wing, and stolen by Prince. Caldwell Pope kicks to Prince. Jennings against Smith. And the pass to Monroe. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period. Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Well, they already had him staggered, and now all of a sudden they're throwing some haymakers.
Al Jefferson is the mayor of the left block. Has that signature right-handed jump hook, which is virtually impossible to stop. Kind of like a one-handed push shot if you compared it to anything, but with his size and really high release, it's still hard to get to if you're defending.
Here's Jennings following the basket by Gerald Henderson. And it's Drummond missing.
Well defended, and he's not someone who responds well to that kind of defensive pressure.
Smith, no good. Pistons trail by 7. Jennings with the ball. Now Smith defending. Over in the corner, Caldwell Pope. Detroit, no good that time either. And here's Charlotte. They're on a 17-6 run. Here's Henderson, and he banks in the layup. Henderson's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividends.
Yeah, it sure has, Clark. I mean, with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, they really haven't had to do much on the perimeter.
Now here's Jennings. Just 5 on the clock. Drummond, and he slams it one-handed.
Boy, you got to love that nice assist by Jennings.
Hornets leading by 7. Smith kicks to Henderson. Jennings against Smith. 6 to shoot. Top of the key. Again, the miss by Smith. Pistons trail by 7. 17 seconds left to play in the first half. Jennings kicks to Drummond. There's the bucket. Good. Drummond's got 12.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spot. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
Here's Bean.
Man, get off him.
Not worth it, man. Let it go.
Nah, man, that was a cheap shot. He wasn't even going for the ball, let alone looking at it.
We need you, man. You retaliate. You the one they were tossed. Chill.
I'm good. I'm good.
All right.
One more time and you're done, you heard me?
And he came in to let the other side know.
Dialed in from long range. I like it.
oftentimes things like that can lead to multiple ejections, but he managed to keep us cool about it, and now we can actually get back to playing basketball.
From deep, Williams. He got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And the first half ends in a close one. Hornets ahead, up 5.
Well, Karan, what do you...
Okay, guys, let's focus and get down to business. Now, here's a few things I took away from the first half.
Now beginning, both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game.
Drummond having a terrific game. He has 12 points, and he's getting it done on the glass, too.
Now, you're right, Clark. He's done some really nice work inside.
Pistons trail by 5. The Detroit Pistons, a proud franchise, of course, from 03 to 08, 6 consecutive trips to the Eastern Conference Finals. And Clark in 2004, the NBA title.
But the rebuild process has had its hiccups, Kevin, its speed bumps, if you will, some questionable free agent signings. There's talent there, but this team hasn't quite figured out how to come together.
Henderson and MKG will fill out the wings. Al Jefferson out there with Bismack Biyombo. And it's Smith in at the point. And that's the group for Steve Clifford as we begin the second half. Detroit with the ball. It's a 5-point game.
Then you look at the Pistons, some great size and athleticism inside, but they've lacked the high percentage outside shooting to space the floor offensively.
Now here's Drummond. 12 points for him. Dishes it to Jennings. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Hornets leading by 5. Henderson passes to Biyombo. Henderson dishes to Smith. Outside, Kid Gilchrist passes it to Henderson. Just 5 to shoot. Charlotte needs to get a shot. Smith, no good.
And, for the Pistons last season, you look at the size and shot blocking ability, and you thought that team would be tougher defensively. That wasn't really the case. I think it has to be attributed to mindset. Those young, big, athletic guys have to become much tougher mentally at the defensive end to be really successful.
And both free throws good for Prince. First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to Doris Burke for an update. Hi, Doris.
Well, Kevin, we all know that Lance Stevenson is fearless, and as far as he's concerned, that's a product of his Brooklyn upbringing. He said players there have a, quote, feeling that nobody can stop them on the floor. Former teammate Paul George said of it, that's Lance. He's a New York player. They play with that kind of confidence. Guys?
Thanks, Doris. That confidence has certainly served him well. We've got a second, so we'll bring up a list of shooting guards that have been red hot at the free throw line over the past month. And you look at Henderson, the best in the NBA. You put him on the line, and it's nearly automatic.
He's just a guy that you do not want to send to the line. I mean, defenders always have to think twice about initiating contact with him because of that great percentage.
Yeah, and it allows him to be really hard charging in regards to getting to the basket. That's an advantage you enjoy as a perimeter player when you're so good at getting to the basket and converting free throws.
Now here's Prince, following the miss by Jennings.
Another strong rebound, just like we've gotten used to seeing from them today.
Yeah, 1 or 2 more of those, and this lead will be double digits.
Here's Smith. The 19-footer is on the money. And now an 8-point Hornets lead.
And their offense is flowing. It's clicking right now at the beginning of the second half. They've made 3 of their first 4 attempts. Gerald Henderson certainly helped by the acquisition of Al Jefferson, which created some space for him on the perimeter. And he's made great strides with his outside shot over his career.
Here's Caldwell Pope. And again, it's the Pistons missing.
Well, that's a lot of bricks by them early in the second. Only 1 make on 5 tries so far in the second half.
And Kid Gilchrist kicks to Smith. It's tipped and stolen by Prince. And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. Drummond dishes to Caldwell Pope. Nice ball movement by Detroit. The drive by Jennings. Second chance shot. The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play.
Good work. Good work.
Oh, yeah, man.
Become very accustomed to seeing from him.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hornets. Cody Zeller's checked in for Bismack Charlotte. Biombo, he's checked in for Zeller. Kid Gilchrist comes in for Lance Stevenson. Gerald Henderson, he's checked in for Brian Roberts. And Smith subbed in for Mo Williams. Detroit also making some changes. Monroe's checked in for Tolliver. Prince comes in for Butler. And it's Jennings in for Caldwell Pope. On the floor for Detroit, Monroe and Drummond, they're inside. Jennings out there with Reggie Jackson. And it's Prince in at the small forward. Henderson kicks to Kid Gilchrist. Feeds to Smith. Shot clock at 6. 11 feet away. That's good from Kid Gilchrist on the assist by Smith. Smith's got 3 assists tonight. Pistons trail by 4. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something. You're right.
This has not at all been the kind of performance they've needed out of him.
Henderson, no good.
Excellent, really solid job actually by the defense to get in his way as he was going up for that one.
Jennings passes to Jackson. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Jefferson. Kid Gilchrist dishes to Henderson, and that one's good. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for Charlotte.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
And they're also really getting out in transition and scoring some hoops in the fast break tonight.
Here's Monroe, using his post move to get the 2 points. Monroe's got 6 points in the quarter.
He's having quite the quarter here, guys. I mean, shooting the ball extremely well.
Smith kicks to Kid Gilchrist. Smith outside. He dishes it to Henderson. 16 feet away. Here's Biombo. Rebound, Detroit. Jackson passes to Monroe. Drummond dishes to Jennings. Drummond sets the screen for Jennings. Monroe outside. Monroe right side. Pocket 6. Three-pointer. Shot is good, and the Charlotte lead is cut down to just 1 on the basket from Jackson. Charlotte's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the 4th. That's a 2 from Smith. Smith missing again. Detroit's gone 2 of 3 in the 4th quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Prince kicks to Jackson. Drummond passes to Jennings to take the lead. No luck. And Charlotte will go the other way with it. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Henderson, no good. For Detroit, they've gone 6 of 13, so just about 46% on their field goal attempts here in the quarter. Jennings with the ball. In low to Monroe. Henderson dishes to Biombo. Outside, Kid Gilchrist. Smith misses off the right iron. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Jackson down low. Biombo on him.
Boy, look at the rebound total. He is absolutely dominating out there.
Boy, that's been something to watch. My goodness.
Yeah, you got to freeze the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
A few misses at the line, and they're in good shape.
Caldwell Pope, he's checked in for Reggie Jackson. So the first one drops, and that will put them up by 2. So he gets them both, and it's a 3-point game.
And the free throws make things a lot more simple for them. Now you just have to guard against the three-pointer.
19 seconds left in the 4th quarter to tie it up. Yes! A tremendous 3 to tie it up.
Ooh, a pressure basket right there.
Now that's coming through in the clutch.
That's a 2 from Smith. It goes! 8 seconds left in the 4th. Lets it go. No good.
How about the effort we're seeing from him on the boards? He's already in double figures.
Yeah, and more importantly, Steve, his rebounds are leading the team.
And so it's the Hornets who come out on top. Clark, it was anybody's game right to the very end.
Yeah, it was. The coach is happy with the outcome.